नहीं बोल देता हूँ ना, तुम चेक कर लो। हाँ लिंक तो आ गया ना। चल लिंक तो ये है ना। हेलो हेलो हेलो। आवाज आ रही है ना? हेलो हेलो। ओके, आर यू लिसनिंग? गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल। हाँ, गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल। हेलो। हाँ जी हाँ जी, गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल। Right now, today we are going to start from last class what we have studied, right? हम लोग लास्ट के क्लास में जो डिस्कस कर रहे थे वो था 1857 का रिवॉल्ट, राइट है? 1857 के रिवॉल्ट को हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे थे, एंड आई टोल्ड यू कि देर आर द नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स दैट लेड टू द वॉर ऑफ फर्स्ट इंडिपेंडेंस, राइट? See, the failure of the revolt, right? I told you that there are lack of unity, one point, unity oblique coordination. In the last class, we have discussed that there are the number of factors like socio-economical, political factor that led to the revolt, right? So, us revolt, then revolt has a certain factors and certain leaders are representing to that revolt. Now, coming to the failure point, that lack of unity, leadership qualities, leadership, financial shortage, right? Financial shortage, okay? And you will also see that that there are the old technique, of weapon, right here, and then you will see that the lack of support from the common people. Common people did not support to the revolt, like peasant, like intellectual class, they did not support the revolt. That's why this revolt become fail. You see, after the revolt, Britisher has made the number of experiment, okay, and it led to the change in the entire system of administration, right? We see the certain type of change after the revolt, change in the administration, change in the structure of administration. First, I told you the viceroy system was started, and first viceroy was Lord Canning. Lord Canning was the first viceroy. After revolt, we see that. You know, the Queen Proclamation, 1st of November 1858, the Queen Victoria has proclaimed that Indian masses, Indian subject will be treated like a subject of UK, right? Now, company rule will be ended. No more company rule. British Parliament and British government took the responsibility of Indian people, right? Remember, 1st November, I told you 1st November, this is the date important. Which place? It is the Allahabad, right? Allahabad. Viceroy system, then 15-member Secretary of State was also appointed. Secretary of State, 15-member Secretary of State was appointed, and Britisher promised that they will not interfere in social and religious matter. Okay? The civil service examination now open up to the all Indian masses as well, right? Their administrative setup become more responsible and accountable, right? There was restructuring in army as well. In armed forces, there is a group, martial and non-martial, right? Martial are those who supported Britishers. It's mean they suppressed the revolt, right? Marshals, that's mean they are loyal toward the Britishers, like Punjabis, Gorkhas, and Pathan. This three group of the armed forces were rewarded. They treated as a marshal because they support Britisher and they suppress the revolt. Now, those are non-marshals. Non-marshal, you see, in non-marshal, most of the soldiers belong to Central India, UP and Bihar, right? Central India, UP and Bihar, right? They are come under the category of non-marshals. It means they did participate in the revolt. They fight against the Britisher. They are the main soldiers who fight against the Britisher, so they considered to be non-martial. They have been demoted. In army, the percentage have been fixed that some area people will be this percent, some area will be that percent, right? And after that, you will see Britisher has started a new type of administrative structure. You will see there was a different type of budget system, taxation policy, and Lord Canning, 1861, passed a council act. Here, portfolio system was started. What is portfolio system? Departmentalization of different administrative work, right? So, separate department has been set up under the portfolio system 1861, right? From this time, budget has been started, budget. Then, new tax regime also come. After some year, you see there are some changes in IPC and CRPC laws. So now Britishers has tried to control Indian in an organized manner, and company rule, East India Company rule, is no more existing. As earlier we know that 1813 and 1833, these two chartered act was connected to the 1850 because This was the second last chartered. By this, company rule extended for 20 years and trade monopoly was restricted. China and tea, these were given to the East India Company, rest open to all British companies, right? 1833 Act, by this act, company monopoly, East India Company monopoly was completely ended by the Act of British Parliament, and East India has no monopoly in trade. It open to all, and now Governor General of India become the Governor General of Bengal become the Governor General of India. Earlier it was a Governor General of Bengal, now Governor General of India, and first was Lord William Bentinck. Okay, so, and when the 1858 Act was passed, it's mean totally departure from all such systems. All this act were gone. Now British Parliament will pass the law, and this law will apply to the Government of India. Since that time, the act is considered as the Government of India Act. Before it was Regulating Act, right? Now, the major significance of 1857 revolt, 1857 revolt, major significance, right? It has created awareness among the common man, right? It is a starting point of the nationalism, right? Since then, constantly you will see the nationalism has developed, and the new movement, fresh movement were also started. It created a role of awareness among the masses, right? It has inspired Indian common people that they must fight against the exploitative regime of the Britishers, because this colonialist state, this colonial country will only exploit to the Indian masses. They will not do good for the Indian people. Most importantly, there are number of other revolt also started India in the 18th century, second half, and 19th century onward. You see, after that, many civil uprising and peasant uprising started. It also led to the tribal movement in India, right? Tribal community also started their fight against the British regime. Tribal community also started fighting against the Britishers and colonial rule. As we know that farmer has been suffering due to heavy taxation, new model of agriculture. Similarly, the tribal people were also suffering from issue of outsider, moneylender, landlord, police atrocity, Christianity, forceful religious conversion, and Britishers had destroyed their forest. That's why the tribal people also revolted. So in present class, we analyze the different type of the tribal, civil, and you can say peasant revolution that was happened in 19th century, 18th century onward, right? We will examine that, right? Now, first important that 1859, Indigo Revolt. Indigo Revolt, right? One peasant come civil uprising, Indigo Revolt. It was very prominent. It was very famous, right? It was supported by intellectuals and masses of Indian society, right? See, as far as the Indigo Revolt is concerned, you will see the Indigo Revolt. Why Indigo Revolt, right? Why Indigo Revolt? Why? Because of Britisher forcefully impose certain laws, right? Certain laws that farmer have to produce indigo, because in that time in European market indigo was highly demanded, right? So Indian farmer forcefully have to produce the indigo, right? And then you see a protest started. Leader was, please note down leader, Digambar Biswas. Digambar Biswas and Vishnu Biswas. Two leaders, right? Issue of taxation, issue of forceful indigo. The Britisher do brutality to these farmers. It has also created awareness among the intellectual class and civil society, right? You see, Harish Chandra Mukherjee has wrote Hindu Patriot. Harish Chandra Mukherjee, please note down, Harish Chandra Mukherjee wrote Hindu Patriot. Hindu Patriot, right? Related to the indigo planters problem, right? And you see the Neel Darpan, a drama. It was also written by, it was also Deen Bandhu Mitra. Deen Bandhu Mitra, right? So I told you two very famous books. One is Hindu Patriot, Harish Chandra Mukherjee, related to indigo, and then Neel Darpan, that is the Deen Bandhu Mitra. Both describe the difficulties faced by peasants of Bengal during the time of the Indigo Revolt. In Bengal, Midnapur, Nadia, and many more districts, this movement started, and later on it was spread throughout the India, right? One point you must note here that Neel Darpan book was translated in English by Michael Madhusudan Datta. This is very important for pre-exams. It was also asked in different northeastern state exam, PCS as well. Deen Bandhu Mitra book was translated by Michael Madhusudan Datta. Madhusudan Datta translated Neel Darpan into English mediums, right? Michael Madhusudan Datta. So Indigo Revolt was very famous revolt. It was related to peasant and civil society, and many intellectual has also participated in that. The timeline I told you, 1859 and 60. Now, coming to the very important revolt, that is a Santhal rebellion, right? This is the tribal peasant uprising, one tribal uprising, that is the Santhal. Santhal uprising, Santhal uprising, 1855-56, right? The leader was Sidhu and Kanu. Sidhu and Kanu. The problem in the Santhal region was located in Chota Nagpur district, Jharkhand right now. The some area of Bengal, Jharkhand, Orissa comprises it. This is the area you can also see in the map, right? Right here? Right? This is the Chota Nagpur belt. Chota Nagpur district like Singhbhum, Ranchi, some state of West Bengal, right? Bokaro, right? Hai? What was the core issue, right? What was the core issue? Why this tribal people has agitated in that time against the Britishers? Their main concern was moneylenders as well as the administration. Against the administration, reason was exploitation. Exploitation, taxation policy, huge tax was imposed, issue of outsider, right? Issue of outsider issue, two things. Outsider came to their area, they captured their land, they do their economic activity, they exploit the farmers. And religious, forceful religious conversion, Christianity में convert करना, forceful religious conversion, remember. Heavy tax, exploitation by moneylender, landlord, even police atrocity. You see, police atrocity. That is why this tribal people has revolted. They took the traditional weapon against the British regime as well as against the local administration. Finally, very casualty also happened. Leader has been cowed, then hanged. People agitated, and railway line in that time, you know, the railway started in 1853. Britisher had used these tribal people as a laborer and worker. They did not pay money to these tribal people. That was also introduction of railway. You see, the railway introductions and unpaid work was important factors, right? Now, coming to another important revolt, this is purely a sannyasi revolt. Sannyasi revolt. Sannyasi revolt in West Bengal nowadays. Sannyasi revolt, civil uprising, right? 1763 to 1800. In that time, you will see the frequent famine in Bengal and rest part of India, okay? And Britisher has put taxation to the religious place as well. That's why people from religious community has protested against the Britisher. Even this movement also broke out with the violence. Very famous book of Bankim Chand Chatterjee, Anand Math, where Bande Matram was written, was mentioned this revolt. Sannyasi revolt, we know Bankim Chand Chatterjee book, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee book, Anand Math. Explain about that. Explain about that. 1782, right? You will see Anand Math, and it describes about the Sannyasi revolt. Now one very famous movement, that is a Fakir movement. This movement is also related to the exploitation. 1776, 77. Manju Shah and Chirag Ali. Remember, two famous leaders, Manju Shah and Chirag Ali. Manju Shah and Chirag Ali, related to Fakir movement that started to Bengal and the rest part of India, right? Now, another very famous peasant movement, that is a Pavana movement. Pavana, right? In Bengal, West Bengal, Pavana movement, right? 1873, 76, right? Pavana movement in Bengal, Dinajpur, Mednipur, right? Manbhum, you will see in Bengal, especially in North Bengal, right? The movement was started against the moneylender, landlord, policy of taxation, almost same reason, exploitation. Here you have to know about the date, area, and leaders. And some intellectuals also participated in that, I told you. The Ishan Chandra or Kishan Chandra Roy. Ishan Chandra Roy and Kishan Chandra Roy. Kishan Chandra Roy and Shambhu Pal. Shambhu Pal was the prominent leader. Prominent leader. You know, Pavana movement, Bankim Chand Chatterjee. Bankim Chand Chatterjee and R.C. Datta. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee was involved in this movement. After this movement, you see, the Bande Matram song was come. Sannyasi revolt was also mentioned earlier. So it was a history of Bengal, right? About the revolution. And you know, one prominent person, that was R.C. Datta. R.C. Datta, Ramesh Chandra Datta. Ramesh Chandra Datta, famous historian, who discussed about the economic history of India, peasantry of Bengal, who described the famine in Bengal, how Bengal was plundered, how Britishers had destroyed their systems, right? So Pavana movement was associated with these three leaders and two intellectuals, Bankim Chand Chatterjee and R.C. Datta. Bande Matram published after that 1882. You know, very important thing you have to note down here, that Bengal Tenancy Act was passed 1885. It given the right of land tillers. Bengal Tenancy Act. Bengal Tenancy Act, year 1885. Please note down. Bengal Tenancy Act, 1885. Please remember. Right? Bengal tenancy, right? So these were the prominent uprising, either civil, tribal, and you can say it is mainly against the Britishers' policy, their land measurement, their taxation policy, the failure of administration. In that time, Bengal, you see the frequent famine was coming, right? And that's why you will see such type of movement. And again, I repeat the British failures. Now coming to the Assam side, Ahom uprising, Ahom, 1826 to 40, Ahom uprising, Ahom uprising, Assam and northeastern state, right? Ahom is a royal dynasty, Gomdhar Kumar was the main leader, Gomdhar Kumar, and Rupender Kanwar, Rupender Kanwar. When the Burmese war broke out, Britishers promised that they will fight with the Burmese government. They will expel from the Assam and Northeast, right? You will see 1826 there is a Treaty of Yandabu also signed. Despite that, the British force did not withdraw from the Assam, right? You will see that in Brahmaputra region they still occupied. That's why some innocent tribal people, some common mans and royal family people have protested against the British annexation, British forceful rule here, and British interference in the religious and cultural matter. That's why this movement was started, Ahom uprising. Now, one very famous in Andhra Pradesh, Rampa movement, 1879-80, Andhra Pradesh, you know, Rampa movement. Why? Main was the corruption, administrative corruption and economic hardship, right? Administrative corruption and economic hardship. Remember, one very prominent leader in this area, that was a Sitaram Raju, right? Sitaram Raju. See, now another very famous revolt, semi-religious Faraji movement, 1820 to 1858. Mr. Haji Shariat Ullah, Haji Shariat Ullah and Didumia, popularly known that. So this gentleman was protesting. It was a semi-religious, because religious interference by the outsider, Britishers, day-to-day activity interference. That's why for purification and reform in religion movement was started, right? Now, Romsai revolt, Romsai, please note down, Romsai revolt in Western Ghat, 1822-41, Chittur Singh was the leader. Again, almost same issue, outsider, taxation, forest right was deprived, deforestation, That was the main reason. That's why this protest was started. Now, Kuki Revolt, 1826, Manipur and Tripura. Kuki Revolt, Manipur, Tripura. The tribal people has been protested, agitated because of the exploitation, outsider issue, right? Issue of outsider, exploitation, forest right, 1826 to 44, right? Hai? Kuki Revolt. British policy was totally failure. Their land has been snatched by the outsider, moneylender, etc. Now, coming to the very important tribal uprising, that was Birsa uprising. Please see the next. That is a Birsa uprising. Birsa uprising, या Birsa Munda revolt, 1899. Munda uprising, it's popularly known as a Munda uprising. Munda. Who was Munda? Birsa Munda. Birsa Munda was considered to be the god. Jharkhand region, West Bengal, you will see present time Ranchi, Ramgarh, Khunti, Hazaribagh, Bokaro. Birsa Munda was a very popular here. He believed in magic. This part, you know, Birsa Munda revolt. They know about the magic. They resolve the local issues. Initially, they are common people, but Britisher forced them, in fact, entire tribal society to follow British rule. Their land was acquired by outsider. Police atrocity, police and administrative corruption, outsider issues, issue of money lender, okay, issue of money lender, forceful conversion of religion, right? That's why there was large number of people who follow the Birsa Munda. He was considered like a god, right? And you will see they attacked to the British installation like police, army and all. Huge casualty also. Later on, Birsa was caught and Birsa has been died in police atrocity in jail. See, the tribal people was mainly innocent people. They don't have a outer exposure. They have a little bit knowledge. Although in modern time you see the tribal people become very advanced. They are highly educated, but during the 18th century and 19th century, they were not so advanced. They believe in magic. They believe traditional system. They don't believe in a modern education system. They are living a peaceful and a comfortable life. But when outsiders come, Christian missionaries come, even greedy money lender, even the landlord, they disturb their life. They destroy their traditional occupation, their agriculture, their forest. That's why these people has protested. And in this course of action, Britisher has promoted the violence. Britisher has supported the landlord, money lender. They help to the Mussalman to destroy their basic livelihood. That's why this protest was started mainly. Okay, so Birsa uprising after Birsa uprising, you see, again, there was a different type of tribal uprising like coal uprising, Chuhar uprising. However, this was earlier to the Birsa. During 1820 and 30, coal uprising and Chuhar uprising, they are basically the Eastern India. You will find that in Eastern India, Jharkhand, Bengal, even in northeastern state also you will find some tribal movement. Although the reason was almost same, right? There was no a different reason. Again, I repeat that exploitation was the main factors, and their forest right, their land was captured by the outside agencies. That's why they have been protested. Okay, either it is a Ramsai region, either in northeastern region, right? You will see that. Now, coming to the important another semi-religious and civil uprising, that is a Pagal Panthi, right? Pagal Panthi, 1813 to 1831. Titu Mir, Pagal Panthi uprising. Pagal Panthi revolt. Pagal Panthi revolt, 1813, 1831. See, Titu Mir, Nasir Ali also called him Nasir Ali, right? Nasir Ali, why? It is some kind of semi-religious. Okay, socio-economical condition also, economic and social factor, they want to reform, but they want to protect their Islamic tradition, right? And that's why they want to protect their religious right from the outsider. That's why they started their movement. Okay? Now, if you are coming to the Punjab, you see here also one revolt, that is the Kuka uprising. Kuka uprising. Kuka. Ram Singh Kuka. Ram Singh Kuka. Okay. Timeline 1820 to 40. 1820 to 1840. See, Ram Singh Kuka started Namdhari movement. Which movement? Namdhari movement. Namdhari movement. Right? Hai? To protect their religion, Sikh religion, from the impurity. Right? Protect Sikh religion from impurity. They oppose non-veg, they oppose liquor and outside culture. They oppose outside culture, they oppose liquor. Okay? They don't want that liquor should be a spread, because all these outsider issues like liquor, non-veg, destroy their basic religious philosophy. That's why they have opposed it. Now, coming to the Mopala revolt. It is also peasant Muslim community revolt. Mopala, sharecropper, those are agricultural people. Mopala revolt. Mopala revolt, right? 1836 and 1921. Two time I am telling you. Very popular in 1921, Mopala. Right? Mopala revolt. Leader was Ali Musliar. The issue was religion, agriculture issues, taxation, etc. केरला मालाबार कोस्ट, राइट है, केरला मालाबार कोस्ट. Muslim sharecropper, those are peasant, have strongly opposed the policy of Britisher, you see, and policy of moneylender as well, outsider issues as well. Now, Deccan Uprising, 1875. Deccan Uprising, 1875. Deccan Uprising, Western Ghat region, Western Ghat, Maharashtra, Western Ghat region, the issue of moneylender, landlord, issue of taxation policy, heavy interest issue, right? Because those are moneylender, they capture their home, they do many brutality to their family member, right? That's why they have strongly protested, right? In Western Ghat. Later on, Basudev Balwant Phadke was also joined that. Basudev Balwant Phadke joined this movement, right? This was mainly Western Ghat region, Pune region, Maharashtra region, right? You will see such type of the revolt. It was also very popular. This revolt was very popular over the years, and they destroy the basic amenities of moneylender. They burn their document. They attack to police stations, right? This movement become very violent, right? So we are discussing about the some tribal and some peasant uprisings, right? Now coming to Tebhaga, Tebhaga in Bengal, 1946. Dinajpur region, Rangpur, Mednapur. The issue of sharecropper 1/3. Tebhaga in Bengal. Tebhaga was also very popular. Tebhaga, 1946, 1/3 agricultural product issue. Agricultural product issues. Right? Sharecropper, those are sharecropper, they are protesting. West Bengal, Dinajpur district, Dinajpur, Mednipur, even in North Bengal also. The some leaders like you will see Sunil Sen, Bhavani Sen, Avni Lahiri, Bhavani Sen, Avni Lahiri and Mona Sen. This leader, Tebhaga, 1946, Bengal. They are associated with the Tebhaga movement, right? Okay, coming to some very landmark and very famous agriculture movement in 1900 onwards, we will discuss briefly because it is, it's mainly asked in the pre. Again, we discuss all the thing in the mains perspective as well. Now, coming to 1917, it is a Champaran revolt. Champaran, right? One is Champaran, 1928. Bardoli, this was the very famous, and finally 1936 All India Kisan Sabha. All India Kisan Sabha was founded by Swami Sahajanand, Lucknow. Swami Sahajanand, Lucknow. NG Ranga, those are NG Ranga, Andhra Peasant Association member, was secretary or semi, you can say deputy. So Swami Sahajanand founded All India Kisan Sabha. Now coming to the very important fact, that is a Champaran Satyagraha. This is also a peasant uprising. You know, Gandhi ji came and joined this movement. Champaran movement was mainly the issue of Tin Katia system and indigo farmer issue in Bihar. 3/20 issue कहाँ है? बिहार, चंपारण डिस्ट्रिक्ट में. इट इज ए चंपारण डिस्ट्रिक्ट इन बिहार. गांधी जी was invited by Rajkumar Shukla and Dr. Rajendra Prasad and some other members like Mahadev Desai. Basically, Britishers forcefully want to produce indigo. As I told you, indigo cropping destroy the entire crop structure. If a land is 20 kattha, it is a measurement unit, then 1/3 land, forcefully they have to produce indigo. 1/3 of the land, indigo have to produce, because Britishers got a huge benefit, and this indigo certainly destroy the other crops as well. That's why Indian farmer was protesting, right? In this course, Britishers use force, they suppress the farmers, and that's why a agrarian committee was set up by Gandhi ji, Champaran Agrarian Committee, and finally this matter was sought out. It had changed the course of Dassal movement in India and condition of peasant. Similarly, coming to the Bardoli, here no tax campaign was started. No tax campaign. The crop failures, despite that Britishers put the heavy taxation to the peasant. This movement was led by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, right here. And later on, you see, Gandhi has given also moral support. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, right? Gandhiji also fought very strongly the some other, जैसे खेड़ा movement you can say, Bardoli Gandhiji was supported, Champaran. So in India you will see peasant was a very important issue, right? And Britisher policy certainly destroy the basic agriculture facilities and the intention of the farmer. Why? Because Britishers want that total exploitation and total commercialization of agriculture product, right? Britishers want that Indian agriculture should converted to the market system, and it should be produce the crops according to their own comfortability and their suitability. That's why they have used the different technique, and they have used the different mechanism, right? They have used the different mechanism, different technique, right, to exploit the Indian farmers, right? Because Britishers mainly wanted that Indian agriculture system must be converted according to the need, utility of the Britishers, right? So that's why they have used the different policies, either taxation policy, either their agriculture related rules regulation, right here, and those are tiller of the land, they suffered in the hand of the Britishers. So we have discussed the different type of civil uprising, tribal uprising, and you can say the peasant uprising. All this uprising is have a same and similar type of the causes. You can say that is the policy of Britisher, money lender issue, exploitation, taxation. As far as the pre-exam point of view is concerned, you have to know about the dates, area, leader, about this movement, right? Maybe there are some small movement as well, so you have to learn about that, right? So major movement, I told you, Santhal, Birsa Munda, Indigo, Pavana movement, Tebhaga movement, right? After Azadi independence, you see a Telangana movement also, 1946 onward. It was also because of a scarcity of the resource and agriculture and industrial issue. You can note down, right? So after 1857, what we have seen that the number of civil uprising was started. It led to the tribal uprising also, and it has also created some dissatisfaction among the common people of India, and it was the turning point. It was a crucial juncture of the national movement in India, right? So, for today class, we are going to stop here. Tomorrow, we will discuss all the things, next topic. So, first, you have to learn all the fact figure of 1857. Then you have to learn about the major civil uprising fact and figure, right? So, thank you. Thank you to all for today. Thank you. Good evening to all. Good evening. And good night.